It's the first 2026 Cary Coatney comic book diary show. Number 17, not 15, which I mistakenly put last time. It was technically 16, so this is the 17th one. I really need to get these things right, or make a diary of a diary, putting down what I did in YouTube land. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I haven't sat around with any edit apps or anything like that, so I haven't had time to explore that avenue. I do want to make these shorter and more cohesive, where I don't stutter or stammer in my thoughts. But I really don't need to stammer or stutter my thoughts when we're bagging the comics. This is a joke. The feel of it. It's $7.99, and it looks like I'm getting like 32 pages, a 32-page book. I don't know why. I this the 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 giant size celebrations or anniversary celebrations are becoming more and more less celebratory, so to say. When you're buying a $7.99 $7.99 product, and you're getting like a 48-page issue now. Like, I bring back the $9.99 100 pages. I mean, come on, man. It doesn't cost that much. I mean, the prices can't be skyrocketing when you can't print a good, decent book, a decent anniversary issue for less than $9.99. But you get this $7.99 thing. I bet you this is no more than 40 pages, 40 pages tops. Anyway, that's $7.99. Into the Marvel pile we go. And books that are worth their weight in gold. This $5.99 book is. I love Gabriel Hartman's work. Ever since my roommate turned me on to it, I think it was New Avengers or something like that. We met him. Me and my roommate both met him at a LA Shrine convention many years ago. And I've been looking for stuff of his. I got his Green Lantern hardcovers, and yeah, he's also a storyboard artist for Hollywood. So this guy knows what he's doing. And this is the second issue, I think, of 2 of 4. This Batman, Green Arrow, and The Question. So harken back to the days of the 80s. Remember when The Question was around? They had this team up with doing the annuals. Detective Comics, The Question, and Green Arrow had a story running through all 3 of their annuals. I think it was 1990, 1989, like that. Anyway, that was one of my most enjoyable reads when I lived down in San Diego. Anyway, I just hope this continues the tradition. So that's the DC pile. Let's put the DC here. DC KO number 3. I mean, yeah, this book works. It looks worth its price. $5.99. It's thick. It's heavy. It's got the acetate cover. I haven't even read the first 2 yet, so don't blow anything for me. That goes in the DC pile. Wonder Woman Black and Gold. I like these little anthologies. They're short stories, and I'm sure there's some plenty. I don't even tell you who even does the book. Well, $5.99. Can't go wrong. Also got one of Superman to read too. I imagine there'll be a Batman one coming pretty soon. The Dungeons of Doom, and I would assume this picks up where the One World Under Doom, and the one I read the other day, The Will of Doom, which was a pretty good story. and it was nice and thick. It took me more than a half hour to read it, and so I enjoy. So this is $5.99. I imagine it'll take me the same fucking sirens, man. Sorry. Dungeons of Doom goes in the Marvel pile. The Walking Dead, 128. Had fun reading that. It goes independent pile. So while I'm packing these things, knife fights. So we lost a very polarizing figure in comics. Scott Adams passed away, the creator of Dilbert's. Just try to think happy thoughts. Enjoy his work for what it was. Dilbert was pretty funny in some aspects. I loved the animated series that used to air on UPN. I think it ran for like 2 seasons. It's I guess he refused to be woke, and so therefore he went broke. And you know how it happened. All his stuff, Dilbert's, they stopped printing his stuff, and they ripped the comic out of the newspapers and everything, and because of those racist YouTube rants. I know one of my Facebook's friends is very upset for things that popped up online about him recently, and I don't want to mention her name. I've known her for many years, but I was really dismayed to discover that her husband secretly did these racist comics lampooning Barack Obama, and that was quite a shock to see that. But unfortunately, he died on my birthday. Oh, by the way, my birthday was a couple of days ago, and boy, Facebook, man. Oh, Green Lantern Corps. I'm dropping this title after this issue 12, number 12. Full year. I devoted a full year to it, and Jeremy Adams was writing the book, but I guess he left it to his partner right now, and I don't feel the need to read it. Supergirl. I'm going to keep reading until the movie comes out, and Aquaman, number 13, 2 issues, is going to be titled Emperor Aquaman. I'm pretty jazzed about that. Oh, and Knife Fight, which is part of the KO thing, and it's Dan Mora doing the artwork, and for $3.99 you can't go wrong. I guess Dan Mora quit Justice League. No, I mean quit World's Finest. I didn't stick to the end to see what happened on his run, because I was trying to save money. Yeah, speaking of saving money, I quite proud of myself. I only spent $140 this past 2 weeks, so I've cut down on a lot of fat, and pretty soon, here's the thing, Doctor Strange number 2. Here's the thing. COVID is pretty much over. I was increasing buying my stuff on COVID because of the whole thing, staying at home and stuff, locking down in place. And this guy got fired from the comic book store that I used to talk to, but he wasn't the one who delivered my comics. The guy before him, during COVID, the guy who worked in the comic book shop that I buy from, happened to live up the street from me over here, and he would drop my comic books off, come out with my credit card or debit card, running through, and he was dropping off stuff every week. I thought it was pretty cool. Spirits of Violence. So COVID is basically over, so I'm cutting back a lot on stuff, and since I'm living alone now, I gotta cut back on stuff. I gotta stop with the $300 a month thing. I gotta really lower the bills. And what I was gonna say is that Yeah, I mean, I can't fit. I used to have at all times 3 full boxes of one box DC, one box Marvel, one box Independent, and I was reading so much Marvel that I couldn't fit all the Marvel books in the box. I had put them on top of the box, and now I can barely fill 2 boxes up now. I might be going down to 1 because my independent box is so very light. Nova Centurion, number 3. And here's the thing, I've been telling myself I gotta limit myself to 10 Marvels, 10 DCs, and 10 Independents a month. And you can't do that. It's impossible to do that with Marvel Comics. Every time they start a series, it's done in 5 issues or 10 issues. So it's possible to because if you start, you commit to 1 series, it's over, and then something else is going to 1 or 2, like Hydra, 1 or 2 more, or 3 will take its place, and that one it's only 5 months. And here's a Torn number 4, Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Yeah, good. You saw the little shorty I did the video store. I was missing 2 freaking titles from my actually 3. I was missing 3 titles from my pull list. The kid over there. I sent him the list. I sent him the list like Friday, Thursday even. I think last Thursday, and he still couldn't pull up all my books. Uncanny X-Men. This is the one I had to go back to the shelf and look for. Another one was Ultimates 20. It's on the shelf. Wasn't in my pull box. And I just read the in fact, that's what I'll do today. I'll read this tonight. Because I read 16, 17, 18, 19 last night. So I might as well read this. I started to read this morning the World Become Punisher. I didn't get it. Another one. The Big Enchilada. Amazing Spider-Man, number 19. This is supposed to be a very important issue. That's, and I got to come up in the queue. I got my Amazing Spider-Man in the queue. Now I'm only like 10 to 12 issues behind, So that's roughly 5 months. That's 5 months backlog. See, it's coming less and less. Remember, I used to, during the pandemic, it would be a year or 2 till I get around from one title to Revolves to 12 issues of one title. Then it sank like maybe 9 months. 9 months was the norm. 9 months between I read a title, and go on to something else, and then whatever comes in, we'll go back in the queue, and that queue comes up. It'll probably 9 months. 9 months have elapsed. Now this time is average times 4 months. So didn't I just read Amazing Spider-Man the other day, and realize, it's only been 4 months. This, insane. Batman is going insane, man. The prices are. I mean, my first print issue of number 1 is worth $230 according to Hip Comic. I looked it up on Comic Book Realm. It said theirs was listed for $140. But it's, as soon as I get an absolute Batman title in, I scan it right into Hip Comic, and bam, it'll be like number 15 with the absolute Joker. I scanned that in, it's $5. Check back 3 days later, it's up to $15 already. Amazing. I never seen a book that rose so fast in value. There it goes there. Absolute Superman. I hope this is the issue with Hawkman in it. I hope that's Hawkman's in this one. I've been jonesing for an absolute version of Hawkman. Batman number 5. And when we see the final issue of the previous series, which is supposed to be the conclusion of Hush, will I see that in my lifetime before I start this series? Because this series is up to number 5. So that issue is technically 6 months late. Come on, get it together, Jim Lee. Vampirella number 7. Nice to eat you, my dear. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. These covers. Just thrust it out there for it, right? Why don't you? Conan, Scourge of the Serpent. I think this is the last issue of this miniseries. I didn't know Scott Adams personally. I don't think I ever met the guy, but I know people who do know him, who were charmed by him and felt betrayed when he went the crazy manga route. So crazy. The world is freaking crazy. Minneapolis. Those poor people in Minneapolis. That poor woman. that guy at the auto plant, man, just cussing out fuckface felon 47 for what he is, a pedophile protector. You got it straight, and and here's the thing, man. Ford suspends their worker for 30 days for blatantly stating the obvious, right? So, but he's a UAW worker, man. He'll be back on the job before long. He ain't gonna get fired. He'll have a nice freaking lawsuit if Ford fires him. The union, tell me, my union, OPIEU, went to bat for me when I got it was unlawfully let go from Warner Brothers. My whole department got dissolved. It was the MIS department, data entry and stuff, and the whole department got dissolved, and all the work went to India. And they kept knocking us off like pins one by one, and nothing was leaked to the press about what these cuts were Warner Brothers were doing. And they had, the Harry Potter movies at the time making bango box office, and they're sitting there laying off people. So my union came in and decided to file a small a court case against me and some people, and I got a settlement of 10 grand. I mean, geez. I remember I was at my dad's house in Vegas, staying out there for a bit, figuring what the hell I was going to do. I had an interview with Disney Channel out in Vegas, of all places. But I filled out the paperwork for the legal department, and they got me a check for around 10 grand. So I was happy about that. So I can't imagine that guy doesn't really need that GoFundMe thing. I mean, he already raised $800,000 on there, but he'll be giving that back. He's like Mickey Rourke. What the fuck are you giving me money for? He'll be like that. Action Comics. Looks like things are going big time for Superboy here. Space Ghost 7. Some new villain, Antimatter God or something. Anyway, the issues, it's a great series. Phantom, of course, my favorite character. If I didn't say anything about that, these are great. Catacomb. Cruel Universe. the best thing that Oni Press has ever done was align themselves with DC Comics and bring back these old titles. I really love them. The talent is great on them. Another book that's coming back. I'm Facebook friends with a guy, Joe Pruitt, is bringing back an anthology book they used to do back in the 90s called, oh crap, jeez. Damn it. It was Caliber Press. Negative Burn. Negative Burn, yeah, that's coming back. And, isn't that great? You not only get one, you get two books this week from Ani. Catacomb and Torment and Cruel Universal. And like I said in my previous video, shame on you, freaking Dark Horse, for jacking up Hellboy another $1. One of the books I can count on, a $3.99 regular book, is now $4.99. Twilight Zone number 3. I read 1 and 2 this last week. This guy is James Stokowski, I guess. Number 2 had featured a story by Thomas Scioli, and it was a bizarre tale. But it's very O. Henry type tongue-in-cheek story. Really liked it. And Exo Manowar, this just bugged me the other day. They constantly renumber the books like Marvel does. Every time a new story arc or change artists, they're going to go to renumber the book every time a new story starts. I noticed that with the other two titles I read, Shadow Man and Harbinger. I don't quite like that, you know. It's just, it's called, but they don't put legacy numbers on it either. But at least Marvel does. They put the actual issue is. Wow. So a lot of goodies. Kept it down on the calendar, and it doesn't make much of an impact in the boxes, but we'll see next week. I think next week. I got this. I got these two. Yeah. Okay. Warrant magazine, the Vampiress Carmilla. Interesting that they're not using recycled Frank Rosetta cover this month. Looks like some original cover for once. So I still can't get over the fact that they charge freaking $59 for a year's subscription to this. It only comes out 6 times a year. It's a $7 book. 7 times 6 is what, $42? Where'd they get off charging an extra $17 for? I don't get it. I'm not saving any money if you subscribe to that. And I got the new Prague Mag, at least the US edition of it. It's always like, in the UK where this magazine originates, it's always 2 months ahead. And we're always getting the leftovers at 2 months behind. But one of my outstanding Porcupine Tree album that's on the cover, and there's a tribute to John Lodge from Moody Blues who passed away, and our profile on Peter Himmel and Steve Morse. So, and there's also interviews with Spacho and some other good stuff and some reviews to read. Anyway, that's what I got for this month. I'll be probably big next week. I'll probably have one of the catalogs to go over. So, anything else exciting? What about what was it? My friend Brat Brad Metzler is going to be writing the lead story in the Marvel version of Spider-Man and Superman crossover. I haven't even read the Deadpool Batman ones yet, so and it's like some crazy stuff. I have to go over. I mean, I know I went over the DC one, but the Marvel ones, it's got a whole bunch of those backup stories. It's like, what is how long is the lead story? And and seeing it's a $7.99 book, probably in this same format, and you probably get what 48 freaking page issue. Probably each story's got to be like 5 pages long. So, it's not good economics. Good night.